Okay, speaking about going to Mikveh before Rosh Hashana, it is important to point out that Mikveh needs to be a kosher Mikveh. What are the conditions of a kosher Mikveh? First and foremost, a Mikveh cannot be a container. Has to be a binyan. Has to be, for the lack of a better word, a building, something which has been built. So that means if one is using the containers, that makes it the mikveh to be not kosher. So there are ways to make the containers kosher that we're going to talk about it. Now the pipes that are used to bring the rainwater or the ice water for the mikveh, the pipes need to be from wood material or from plastic. Cannot be made from stainless steel. It cannot be made from iron. It has to be the materials that are not meqabel tum'ah, that would not accept the impurity. Now, the ice water can be used, even a regular water that was turned to ice can be used for the mikveh, for that which needs for the minimum of 40 sa'ah of the mikveh's water. Because once water, even tap water, gets to ice, then that ice is kosher to be used in the mikveh for men or for kashering the kelim. For women's water, for the mikveh of females, what needs to be used is preferably needs to be rainwater and not ice. So what is the minimum amount of rainwater or ice water that is used to be connected to the places of dipping in the mikveh? So that has to be, according to Chazanish, the 40 sa'ah according to Chazanish is 600 liters. And that is the measurement that needs to be the minimum, at least for women. According to other opinions, 400 liters is equivalent of 40 sa'ah. And that is just enough for men or container or for containers mikveh. That's 400 liters is enough. So if we want to change the water for mikveh, the process is a very delicate process. One needs to close the container or that pipe that is connecting the actual mikveh water to the ice water or the rainwater, needs to close it, and then can clean the container, that place that people go into it. After it is cleaned, if the water of ice water or the rainwater needs to be cleaned, they can drain it out, but they have to make sure that after it is drained out, it's completely dry before they put the ice or before they get the rainwater into it. Which, as we mentioned, the pipes for getting the rainwater into that binyan, that container that has to be a binyan, needs to be made from wood or plastic, something that is not meqabel tum'ah. So there must be two pipes, as we explained, and these pipes need to have the wideness of 5 centimeters at least. Right? Now, how could a person make container into mikveh, into a binyan? The way to do it is that if the container is made from certain material like plastic that can withstand water, right? And this container is big enough for people to go in it, right? Or if we using the container for the ice or rainwater, there must be a hole. A person needs to make a hole into that container, and the wideness of this hole needs to be 5 centimeters. And after the hole is made there, this container is no longer a good container because it has a big hole. And then one could cover that hole with construction materials like cement, right? Cannot be plastic anymore, right? And it has to be cement. It has to be some sort of a material which can block the water, covering that hole. And once the hole is covered, even though that it is a container, is not considered a container anymore because of the hole. So this way, it would turn into a building, because you just finished making of it using construction material, cement, turning it into a place that is holding the water and no longer a container. This could be a solution for those who seek out to have inexpensive mikveh made. Instead of digging into the ground, making it waterproof and making a pool and all that, one could use containers, big containers, connect them with the pipes that are 5 centimeters wide at least, right? That are made from wood or plastic, and these containers need to have holes in the bottom that needs to be covered by construction material like cement. And this way, this could become a kosher mikveh for men, or for containers, for kelim, right? For women, there must be more details worked out, and one should not rely on this mikveh for women, right? So again, we need to mention, when the ice is brought to be placed in that container of ice water or rainwater, it has to be completely dry. The ice water cannot be mixed with tap water. Even if there is 1 liter of tap water remained in that container, no matter how many ice you put there, it is not good anymore. It has to be completely dry. So one needs to really pay attention to this to this detail, and make sure that the container is completely, the container that turned into binyan is completely dry. Be'ezrat Hashem, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu mezakeh us to always use mikveh to have more kiddusha and tahara. Amen.